am attractive and popular. Thank you for pointing that out. Yeah, so I am. I
What
got.
other podcast were you on today?
I was on the Burton and Scrooged Uncut podcast, which is the new version of the Contains Moderate Peril podcast.
The new version.
Yeah, it was Contains Moderate Peril, and then it was the Burton and Scrooge podcast, and now it's Burton and Scrooge Uncut.
Do they use the same feed, or do they like lose all their listeners every time they change?
I'm pretty sure they lose all their listeners every time they change. Yeah. Yeah. I was actually fun because all three of us are unsuccessfully trying to write a book, and so we talked about that and how saying that you're going to write a book is a really bad idea. Don't ever do that.
Yeah,
don't do
because
that.
then everybody asks you, hey, Leora, how's your book going?
Not good. Not good.
How's your book?
It turns out that writing a book is hard.
Did you know that you were going to write a book? Did you know what you were going to write about before you decided to tell everybody that you were going to write a book?
Yeah, no, I had all the chapters mapped out and everything. But the thing
But
is,
actually putting the words on the page is very challenging.
it is hard, yeah. And the thing is, like, I've spent my entire career, like, learning to write briefly, and now when you write a book, you need to write really, like, lots of words. That's hard,
that?
right?
Lots of words.
Right? I'm used to, like, you have 300 words to get everything across, and so you choose your words really carefully, and now it's like, no, 3,000, go, put more adjectives in there.
It's like 3,000 for a chapter, right?
Yes.
She's allergic to 3,000 words.
I am, and then I write, and I'm like, well, there's 1,500 words, and that's everything I really wanted to say, so...
Gotta, like, go figure out how to use adjectives again.
Yeah.
She said adverbally.
Right. This reminds me of the time that. Okay, we can start doing a podcast. I don't know what we're talking about. We're just gonna wing it. This is.
Wait, we're clapping again?
Okay.
This is what happens when you're half an hour late. We haven't had time to get drunk.
Oh my god, my computer is so slow. Okay. Hello everyone and welcome to CAD Context Podcast episode 98 for the week of May 29th, 2016. My name is Leora. I don't know what we're talking about today. I asked and Ellie just kind of gave us a riddle, so we'll figure out what was going on with that. But with me today are my two usual co-hosts, Errolite and Alindriel. Errol, it's Memorial Day weekend. How's your long weekend going?
Pretty awesome because we did our family get-together yesterday, so I've got nothing to do tomorrow except wrangle children, which is pretty rad. And I had vacation last week, so I am well-rested and ready to go.
Nice. Awesome. Ellie, how's your long weekend going?
Good. My family was all in town and left today, so my house is quiet again. And I think we have something to do tomorrow, but like probably we're gonna sit in the tiny kids pool in the backyard and drink some cider like we did this afternoon. So let's hope that works out.
Nice. Yeah, I had this strange moment yesterday, sort of evening. Fajra was out with some friends seeing a movie, and I'm like, I'm just gonna sit here and play video games? People do that, right? And then I did. I sat here and I played video games like 4 hours, and it was pretty damn glorious.
What did you play?
WoW. I played WoW. I played WoW. That's what I played for 4 hours. I played WoW.
Oh my god.
I was trying really hard. Yeah. Oh my god, that look from Arrow. Oh my god. I feel such deep shame now.
Well, here's a funny story. They were doing that thing where past subscribers get a free copy of Draenor and a free week of game time. Mm-hmm. And I was like, okay, yeah, I'm in the middle of other games right now. A free week of Pet Battle sounds pretty good to me. Mm-hmm. And so I downloaded this 34 gig monster and I logged in and I looked at the character selection screen and I was like, no.
I played a couple months ago and I got to 100 and then like 2 hours later my subscription ran out, so I was like, okay, well whatever, I'm 100 now. And I was trying really hard not to get back into it because my thing now is like trying not to play endless games. So like Hearthstone or City Builders or MMOs, they just go on forever and they never end, and I'm trying not to play any of those, but then I got bored, so I did.
And then I got bored.
You know what you could have done?
Never good.
Finish like any of the 100 games that you've started and not quite finished.
You know what? I don't actually have a ton of those. And like, I know that, we spent years joking about our Steam libraries, but I've been really good about not buying new games for a while now. So I'm kind of at the point where there's a lot of stuff. Like, there's maybe one or two things in my library that I really could play if I really wanted to.
Didn't you like not finish Mass Effect yet?
No, that's me.
That's Arrow.
Oh, that's Arrow.
I'll get back to it. I don't want it to end.
I know.
So I'm just not ending it.
I understand. It never ends this way. I understand. But yeah, so I haven't bought a lot of games. So I mean, there are some things, mostly Witcher 3, that I have been kind of slowly plucking my way through that. But generally, all the games that I haven't played that are in my Steam library, I don't actually want to play. So I'm not going to play them. There's a few things that I've bought that just to like show my support for indie developers and whatnot, but I'm not necessarily that gung-ho to play them. So, or things that I bought like Surgeon Simulator that I shouldn't. That wasn't worth the $250 I spent at the Steam sale for that. So in general, I'm actually pretty okay. I'm at the point, like, it's been about 2 years now that I've resisted the Steam sale. I'm actually excited for the sale in July.
Yeah. I'm excited to not buy anything because I feel like I also have been good about resisting it, but I don't miss it. I just buy the games that I want, and I don't. I don't know. The Steam sale was always about always ended up being about like buying a bunch of stuff that other people wanted me to have in my Steam library, not what I wanted. So cool. I hope you get some good stuff in July. I saw that Ark was on deep discount the other day.
Oh, that
Mr. Arrow.
I remember. Does he really? Because I remember us like talking about that and laughing, and then not buying it. So.
No, it's not for me. But seriously, he plays this shit out of Ark. We run a server for him and his bros, and it's so much arcing. It's Matt, the Gub calls it playing dinosaurs. It is her favorite thing because she gets to tame dinosaurs and then clean up the dinosaur poop. Oh my God, there's poop.
I mean, that sounds
and that's
awesome.
basically the best game ever for a 5-year-old.
Yeah. Is there a VR version of it?
Why would I want a VR version of it?
Because then you could clean up dinosaur poop in VR, and you would have scale dinosaur poop.
You know what? Go to hell.
I like VR, and I don't think I'd want to do that. I don't think I'd want to do that at all. Yeah, it's nice to be at the point where, I mean, I'm not like going to buy, I mean, as you say, the capitalistic zeal with which I have approached Steam sales in the past is no longer a thing. You're like, I'm going to buy all the games, just take all my money, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. But I am excited. There are a few titles on my list that I'm excited to pick up, and I have to try and resist, though, because I almost bought Stardew Valley. And I'm like, but the sale's like 3 weeks away. Don't buy games now. Don't do it. Just wait for the sale.
What are you going to buy? What are you looking?
Stardew Valley's definitely high up on my list. I'm going to get Factorio, which sounds kind of like it's my kind of puzzle game, kind of space chem only with factory parts.
Okay.
Make things intermingle with each other. Those are, I guess, the two big ones that I'm looking out for.
Cool. I just picked up a copy of Devil May Cry, but I picked it up from somebody who had an extra copy and was giving it away for free.
Well, then that doesn't count, does it?
I mean, no, but I added something to my Steam library for the first time in a while.
Yeah.
I don't know when I'm going to get around to
I broke down and bought Fallout 4 because there was a sale in Green Mountain Gaming and I'm kind of ashamed to admit this, it's for hobby business reasons, not because I absolutely had to play Fallout 4.
You need to know characters, don't you?
I have had so many people ask me for Fallout 4 colors, and I'm like, but I don't play Fallout. And Mr. Arrow's like, it's okay, they have nothing to do with each other, it'll be fine. Here's a coupon. And I'm fine. I have no idea what I'm doing. I don't understand the HUD. Whatever, I've got cute hair and a dog, and the dog does tricks.
It's also incessantly moddable, so it seems like the kind of thing.
There is so much. Here's the thing. Inquisition is so incredibly hard to mod that while there is there's a great deal of variety in hair mods now. In order to mod them, you have to build them on existing hair. You have to have exactly the same number of vertices. You have to trick the game. So I had gotten spoiled by not having totally ridiculous friggin' Sephiroth hair everywhere. Like, I had put in one hair mod for Fallout, and there's like 170 new hairstyles, and they're all huge and terrible. What are you doing? Do you not understand clipping? What is wrong with you people?
Maybe I can remake my Terra character in that game.
Giant Lolita hair, apparently. Which is fine. If that's what you want, that's fine. I would just rather not have clipping. If you turn your head and the hair goes through your shoulder, that's bad.
Yeah, I'm actually shocked by the number of hairs that ship with games that clip terribly on the default starter armor, like in Dragon Age, which I just started. That was one of the things that I was referring to, Lior. I spent an hour and a half of my 2-hour window today building a character in Dragon Age. So.
You're totally right.
He brought it up. I had nothing to do with it.
That is totally my pet peeve, is like default hair clipping with default outfits. I'm just like, did no one look at this? Mm-hmm. Come on, don't do this. Yeah, no, I don't like that. That makes me
like in the starter, like it's not even in the like crazy bullshit armor that you get at the end of the game when you're like, have smiths working for you and stuff. It's like the starter armor has pauldrons and your hair goes through it. It's like, why?
Right, and Inquisition only has like maybe a dozen hairstyles, so could they not have like, I don't know, some better hair QA? That's what we need in our games.
That's right. Or collision detection, hair collision.
That would do it too, yeah. Overwatch launched since we last spoke, and while I'm not playing it, Vajra is playing it, and I've also had to mute it on my Twitter stream because
everyone else is playing it and they won't shut up about it. Which is fine. I'm glad you're enjoying it, but oh my god.
Right?
Oh my god.
I don't need to see you play the game. Overwatch. You're playing the game screenshots. I don't care. I don't want to see it. Okay, great. You were the best at this game. That like there's millions of games happening a day. Good for you. I don't care. And then the Overwatch fan art on top of that. Like I really am glad that people are enjoying this game. And I know it sounds like I'm not, but I am, because yay, everyone's having fun. But man, oh man, it's just like the zeal with which these characters have been adopted by gamers is.
I mean, are you so? I don't understand why you're surprised. Like,
is there like actually a story?
It's a Blizzard game.
Doesn't matter.
It's Blizzard TF2/Dota, right? Like
But see, I never really got story out of.
They're not story games.
Team Fortress. Yeah, but that's the thing. That's what I can't grok. If there's no story around it, I don't care.
I'm sure there's.
I don't understand.
They do.
Like,
they
I'm
are
glad
bringing
they're
out.
Enjoying it,
right. They are bringing out little movies about little videos, animated videos about the characters, which provide some backstory. However, you're absolutely correct that there is no. Yeah, like Team Fortress, but there's no real story. There's no real lore. There's no Yeah, I'm totally with you there. I don't really get
and that's totally great for other people. It's just not my win condition.
No, and it's fine, but I really need everyone to settle down now about the Overwatch.
Yes. Please simmer down.
I muted the Overwatch hashtag in TweetDeck, and it means that now only like maybe 20 to 30% of my Twitter stream is talking about Overwatch. And it's just gotta settle down. And then I've got this guy behind me when we're like in gaming times, all shouting at the monitor and being like, "Check out this play of the game," and I'm like, "No more Overwatch, no more." But the review from people in this house who do care about that kind of thing is that the game is really good. So
that's good. How much of the $700 possible dollars or whatever it is has he spent?
I think he has spent none aside from like buying the basic game.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
Isn't it? It's something with people. Somebody added it up, right, and then said it's like $700 or $800 of DLC in that game.
Holy shit!
I don't think so.
Well,
no, that must have been something else. I don't think there's no DLC in Overwatch.
Skins and stuff.
Well, you can buy lockboxes.
Oh no.
Oh, so it's infinite dollars.
Exactly. So, but there's no like DLC or anything, but you can buy. And I laughed so hard because they actually didn't announce that until the official launch day. Even in open beta or whatnot, they didn't mention that you could buy these lockboxes. And I mean, okay, in TF2 there are also something similar to lockboxes, but the difference with TF2 is you craft them so you get drops in the game and then you melt them down and turn that in. So sort of like dust in Hearthstone. You get stuff you don't want, you melt it down and you turn it in for lockboxes, which seems better to me than give us all your money, here's all your lockboxes. Yeah, it's just kind of the way.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't have a thing to play Overwatch on. I guess I can play it on PS4 right now. My gaming PC is dead at the moment, so
That's unfortunate.
yeah.
That's why you're on a Mac right now.
Yes, but at least my Mac has an R2D2 on it. So.
And probably a better hard drive than mine. So
that is definitely true.
Oh, and then Spotify always wants to install or try to reboot my computer. What are you doing, Spotify? Jeez Louise. Yeah, so Overwatch seems to be a big hit with the kids. People are really into like the skins and stuff that you get, because I think the lockboxes you can get skins and sprays.
I thought you could buy skins outright too, but I might be wrong. I don't. Like I said, I know almost nothing about it, and I don't know.
I don't think so. I think you earn points in the game that you can use to buy skins.
All right.
So, there is that method, but you can also, like, when you get play of the game, it shows your character on the screen, and you can customize the little animation they do, which is, I mean, I can understand why people like it, but just, oh my God, just stop talking about it on my Twitch stream.
I saw you mentioned Hearthstone. I was watching a Magic video, and I saw on YouTube, and I saw a Hearthstone ad right in the middle of Magic coverage, which I thought was kind of hilarious. That's all I got. That was the whole story.
Smart. Hearthstone recently had one of their tavern brawls, their sort of weekly PvE encounters, and it was like the best one by far that they've ever done. It was 2 cards. You picked 2 cards, and your entire deck was made off of those 2 cards.
Do they give you the cards?
No, you got to, out of all your cards that you own, you got to pick 2 cards. And, the class you want and the 2 cards you want. And it was the most fun I've had in Hearthstone since the game first came out. It was ridiculously fun, because even when I lost, and the nice thing about when you do something like that is when you're going to lose, you lose fast. There's no lingering. You're going to lose. It was always so magical to see what the other person had come up with for their 2 cards and the way they interacted. And there were some hilarious losses that I racked up, but also some hilarious wins. And it was just enough, like 2 cards. A whole deck is a little bit much for me to spend my time putting together and mathing out, but 2 cards, I can do that. I'm prepared for that.
Yeah.
But it was definitely the most fun I've had in a while in Hearthstone.
That's good. That sounds fun. The Tavern Brawl still seems like a really interesting thing. It just can't get into Hearthstone when you need the cards. I really want the Tavern Brawls to be pre-made decks that I can pick up and mess with for a week or a few days, whatever.
Yeah, and I'd say like 60 or 70% of the time they are, which is great. And then that's what, I just log on and do my weekly Tavern Brawl, and if it's one with a pre-made deck, then I'll knock out a bunch of quests. And if it's not, then I won't worry about it. And that's about all the interaction I have with Hearthstone.
Sweet.
But it means I booted up, so yeah.
Did you play any Uncharted during your 4 hours of games?
No, I didn't.
We can't talk to Arrow about it too much. This is the other half of my cryptic message before, is she hasn't finished Uncharted 3 yet. Like a busy person.
Yeah, sorry. It's because it's not just me. It's got to make sure both me and everyone else in the house is available to play. Yeah. That's why Uncharted goes really slow.
That has also been my problem with Uncharted.
I love it.
Yeah, as we're playing it together, so I have to find a time that we're both in the mood to sit down and play it, which is more difficult than you might think. I'm pretty sure I like it more than Vajra does.
He's not my friend anymore.
Yeah, get out, Vajra.
No, sorry.
I ate it up and I devoured it and it's awesome and I want to play it again and when Arrow gets it and we're going to talk about it, I might play it again.
All right, that's fair enough. Yeah, I've heard a lot of people talking, and this is, just sort of general word on the street, so we're not blowing any things here, but that this one is definitely much more story-based than the previous Uncharted, and I did watch all the cutscenes for all the previous ones as recommended by you guys. So this one is much more story-based rather than action shooty-based. The thing I kind of heard, which I thought might be right on track, is that they were Naughty Dog was inspired by the success of The Last of Us, one of their previous games, and its heavy focus on story, and kind of took the lessons from that, and not as depressing.
There was a lot of fucking shooting in The Last of Us.
That's true.
There's usually a lot of shooting in Uncharted too.
That's true, but I think maybe less so and a little more focus on story is kind of the
idea.
I
would definitely agree that this was more story based, and because they're clearly want to finish off the story of Nathan Drake. So I hope there's not I don't know that they're intending to do an Uncharted 5, and
I don't think so. I think they were intending for this to be the final chapter.
Yeah. So.
And there's things. I mean, I've only played the first few hours of it, but there are definitely things, even in the very opener, where it feels like we are letting you revisit past memories because this is the final chapter.
Oh,
so
yeah.
Soak it up, everybody. Soak it up. There is a lot of that, which is funny, having not played the previous games, being like, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, oh, why do I care about that? But it turns out that it is meaningful to people. So
I definitely, one of the things I was going to try and do, I wanted to have a recap I was going to get Arrow to give me a recap on 1 and 2 because she always remembers all the details.
The memory that sticks with me strongest from 2 is the stupid frozen crystal ape things.
Oh, 2 is the Yeti one, isn't it?
Yes, 2 was Shangri-La. And 1 was the random jungle Nazi sub.
No.
Yeah.
Was the jungle Nazi sub?
I thought the jungle Nazi sub was in 3.
Having just watched all the cutscenes, it was in 1.
Yeah, the jungle Nazi sub is in 1.
What's in 3?
3 is the big castle.
3, they kind of travel around more in 3. 1 and 2 are more like in one location.
But it opens with a big castle. I know 2 has Steve Valentine in it.
That doesn't help me.
Yeah, Alistair. I could tell you he's an amazing magician with a twisty mustache, but that wouldn't help you either.
None of this is helping us. No.
Really, he's super, super excellent magician.
Okay.
He does really great card tricks.
Cool.
The character or the voice actor?
Steve Valentine. That is his primary day job.
Oh, really? He's a magician? Mm-hmm. All right. I honestly wasn't sure which one you were talking about, so all right. Way to go, Steve Valentine. Yeah, I'm looking forward to getting back to Uncharted. It is fun.
Well, I think Arrow will enjoy it when she plays it, I hope.
Oh, I know I will, as long as they don't freeze Elena. I'm still really worried about that. You would tell me.
I thought I told you that, that you don't have to worry about that.
Okay.
You do not have to worry about that.
Well, and Emily Rose has been really chipper in all of the promos, so I don't think she would be if they had.
Yeah. I have, like I said, I've only played the first couple hours, but this does not seem like the message they want to get across in this game is any way going to involve killing Elena.
I really want to talk about it. I really want to talk about her character specifically, but we can't.
She's so great. She's one of my very favorite fictional people.
I know, but now I know. I know the end of the story, so I can't talk about it yet.
That's actually one of the next things on my list. I've got Fallout and Uncharted on my colors list.
Oh, good.
Nice. Yeah. Nice.
I'm on the like I said, I'm on Dragon Age, so I'll see you in 3 months. When I get out of the hinterlands, right?
No, don't fall into that trap. You can go back to the hinterlands at any time. As soon as they give you the option to leave the hinterlands, leave the hinterlands. Otherwise, you will end up with a face full of bears, and no one wants that.
And in like 3 years from now, when Witcher 3 is like $5 on Steam sale, and you guys play it, I will have finished it by then.
I already own it.
Witcher 3?
Yeah. It was
Why did
one
you
of my,
buy that?
Talam bought it for me along with the PlayStation, or when I bought the PlayStation,
Okay.
because it was a sweet RPG that was out at the time, and I played Batman and Lego Marvel first, and then
I'm missing the gene to understand Lego games.
they're just like dumb, like run around and
Yeah, I don't.
things.
Right? And
I felt super old when I played it because
why
like.
are they Legos? I don't understand. I don't understand. I don't understand.
Did you not like the Lego movie?
I liked the first 92% of the Lego movie.
You didn't like the reveal of the stuff at the end?
No, I didn't like that Wildstyle was awesome and amazing, and then she turned into a Pern character because then she was in a relationship and stopped being interesting.
Okay.
That was total McCaffrey heroin there. It was very terrible.
All right. I don't even remember. I honestly don't even remember the end of the Lego
sorry.
movie.
I
remember
have
the,
a
like,
lit degree,
I remember
and this
the Will
is kind
Ferrell
of what
part.
I do.
No, it's perfectly reasonable. I honestly don't remember that.
Surprising no one. I have not seen the Lego movie, so.
Really? Did you see Captain America?
No.
I've seen Captain America since the last podcast.
Oh, the new one? Yeah, no.
It is worth it for T'Challa alone, really, honestly.
Yeah, it was good.
When it's on Redbox or whatever, it is worth your $2. Just
that
for
will
Black
that
Panther,
will be when
which
I
is spectacular.
See it probably, yeah.
It's fun.
It is not as much of a series of unconnected gift sets on Tumblr as Ultron was. But no, seriously, Ultron is a series of unconnected gift sets. That's all it was. There was no movie there. No structure, no nothing.
It was this one was better than that.
It was better than that. It wasn't a very high bar. Winter Soldier is still my favorite.
I agree.
But I'm pretty sure Black Panther is going to kick everything's ass.
Yeah, I somehow forgot that Black Panther was in the movie until Black Panther's in the movie, and he's very much in that movie, and it's pretty sweet.
And honestly, I don't know what kind of voodoo magic they did to make Spider-Man the best part of the ensemble Avengers movie.
Yeah.
Because seriously, that was everyone over the age of 18 hates Spider-Man because that's kind of the point of the character. He's a know-it-all dweeb-face asshole. That's the point of Peter Parker, and yet they managed to make him incredibly charming and adorable. How?
Because they didn't lean on him having to carry a movie. Like
yeah.
he could play dumb, plucky comic relief.
He wasn't even dumb, plucky comic relief. He was genuinely charming.
Well, yeah, I know, but he didn't have to. Plus, he's always in scenes with Iron Man, and
yeah,
I basically hate Iron Man at this point. So
yeah, it wasn't a good film, but I don't mind having spent the money. Also, really, T'Challa is everything.
Well, the Captain America trilogy is, I think, my favorite of definitely of the Disney Avengers, that world. I think those are the three best. So I'm glad that we saw the end of that. I don't know.
Yeah, we'll see.
Good. Well, right. I am happy to watch all of the Captain America movies because I really, really like this version of Captain America. Yeah. Even if he's a Hydra Nazi spy.
No, I would really not like to talk about that. No.
No. I think it's probably best we don't get into that particular nerd minefield.
We really shouldn't because none of us know I don't know anything about it. Yeah.
No, I don't know anything about it. I just heard that Captain America and Bucky do not make out in Civil War, so I'm kind of...
that is actually a lie. There is so much eye-fucking in that movie.
All right, well, now you've got me more interested.
Yeah, and there is a scene that exists only for... I turned to Shouty when we were watching this movie, and I was like, is this what straight dudes feel like at the movies all the time? That is the helicopter scene.
Yeah, I know exactly which one you're talking about.
Is this what straight dudes feel like? Because, oh my god, there was no other reason for that scene to be there.
Yeah, did he even have, he didn't have a shirt on, or did he partial shirt?
It was really, really short sleeved.
Okay, yeah, and there were a lot of muscles.
Yeah, there was seriously no reason for that scene to exist.
I am more interested now. I may have to see this. We just watched Deadpool again
yeah, we watched that too. We watched that a couple of days before we went and saw Cat.
Oh, nice. Yeah, we had people over, and it was one of those things where you spend like half an hour looking at all the movies, and no one really has a strong feeling about anything. So I'm like, Deadpool again, it is. And that movie is still really good.
Is it? Because I wasn't sure if I liked it or not.
Really? How come?
I'm not really sure why. I just like he was just an asshole. Like, as far as I could tell, like I think I wanted to punch him in the mouth, and I was kind of rooting for the bad guy by the end, only because I wanted somebody to like tell him to shut the fuck up and be a normal person for like 5 minutes.
I'm sort of with Ellie here. I understand that is actually the point of Deadpool as a character.
I do too.
But yeah, they also hooked me up with it, and I did not care. Was my it was sort of like with Ant-Man, where no, it wasn't even like, because with Ant-Man I could point out individual things that I thought were great, but I had no feelings about the movie in general. I was completely ambivalent, and that was pretty much how I felt about Deadpool. So that was a movie that happened.
I think I enjoyed it, but
I'm super glad that Ryan Reynolds got to make this movie that he really wanted to make, and made a bunch of people really happy. And I'm super glad that other people like this movie. I do not give a shit. It's fine. It's fine. It was there. It happened. It was fine.
Mm-hmm. That's interesting. I really, really liked it. It's like one of the best movies I've seen this year. I just like assholes,
that seems possible.
You do watch a lot of horror movies, which is a genre totally chock full of assholes.
It's true, but I really like the fact that like he was an asshole before he became Deadpool 2.
Yes.
And I thought that, I kind of like the fact that it was in no way, I don't know, he was just an asshole before and after.
Yeah, I totally get the like feeling of this is what happens when random douchebags get superpowers. They become superpowered douchebags. And now it's like, I guess that's cool. He's got ninja swords and stuff.
Yeah, that's interesting. I totally, hey, wasn't your kind of thing. That's cool. But that's interesting because I really liked that. It was my favorite superhero movie.
Well, it's very much not a superhero movie, right? It's intentionally not a Deadpool's not a superhero. He's a superpowered person.
Guy who breaks the fourth wall.
Right. It's kind of fun to have him with Colossus.
He's a narrative device.
Yeah. Yeah, and which is why it's fun to pair him up with a very straight edge.
Right.
Yeah, I like Colossus. I really liked whatever her name is.
Negasonic Teenage Warhead.
Yeah. She was awesome.
I like the fact that the girlfriend was a sex worker and there wasn't any kind of weirdness about that.
It
was just a thing.
Yeah, she was still a perfectly lovable human person.
Yeah.
Who happened to be a sex worker.
I didn't really like how he treated her at the end. That was one of the things that sort of, like, after all this shit blew up and he's just kind of like sitting there like chuckling to himself while Colossus is like looking for her. That seemed weird to me.
I don't.
She's like in that glass cage, and he like she like flies off the building.
Oh, right, okay, yeah.
And he's like up on a girder, just like swinging his feet and like being like a 12-year-old dude. And I was like, you just like did all this shit to like, go help her, and You like don't care that she's probably dead under 1,000 tons of rubble.
Yeah, I can totally understand that. I didn't think of that at the time, but yeah, no, I can totally understand.
I mean, it wasn't like that in and of itself. I think that was just sort of emblematic of the way I felt his character was.
I guess I like media where everyone's an asshole.
Yeah, I think we've talked about this before.
We
But
have.
But did you not like? Did you like or not like Mad Men?
That's
I mean,
a completely different kind of asshole.
Yeah, I mean, I did enjoy Mad Men, but Mad Men was a little too much of the,
I mean,
actual assholes.
straight white dude dream that I was kind of bored.
All right, that's fair.
There are a whole lot of people who think that Don Draper is a hero.
Right.
You don't get that with Deadpool fans. Everyone knows that Deadpool is a douchebag. That is the point of Deadpool.
Yeah, okay, that's fair. I use that because part of the reason that I couldn't get past the couple of half episodes that I saw was, like, I really hated everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is fair. No, I mean, you're right in the to the extent of that, or like, I don't know, Breaking Bad is the same kind of thing.
I had trouble with Breaking Bad for similar reasons.
Another one where there are a whole lot of people who think Walter White is a hero.
It's funny because actually Bowser and I just had a discussion about this in reference to Arrested Development, because I've been going back and watching old Arrested Development. So he can't do it. He can't do it because everyone is such an asshole on that show, and he can't.
Arrested
Development and Absolutely Fabulous, I am okay with and actually really enjoy, because the show, everything surrounding them makes sure that you, the viewer, know these are assholes. There's no subjective, maybe they're kind of assholes, maybe they're... No, these are dickbags, and the whole world knows it. And let's enjoy the world giving them their comeuppance, because they're horrible. That's why it's hilarious.
Do you think it's a comedy thing? Because I was thinking, like, It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia is kind of the same thing, where they're all...
I have trouble with Always Sunny because of the people on that show.
Because they're awful. They're awful people. So awful. And the whole point of that show is to laugh at the terrible things that happen to them because they're so awful.
It has to be really good comedy, because there have been times when, like, they've taken British comedy and tried to reboot it for an American network, and it hasn't worked. Like, what was I think the most recent one was Men Behaving Badly. Did not work. Coupling did not work. But
Coupling that was tough, because I wanted that show to be good, but
and yet no,
it really wasn't.
And if they ever tried to make an American version of AbFab, it would never work.
I mean, even The Office, right? So, like, that was one of the things that The Office had going for it, is, like, as they made the American version, they had to change the tone of the show.
Right.
Pretty dramatically, I would say, because the first season, maybe, they were a lot closer to the British version, and it just was, like, didn't work as well.
Yeah,
probably
absolutely.
The same thing,
yeah. It's interesting.
Yeah.
But I can see why that would be off-putting as far as Deadpool goes.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, there are parts of it I liked still, and I wouldn't, like, hate watching it again, but I don't know that I'd go out of my way. Maybe it's kind of like Judge Dredd for me. The new Judge Dredd with Carl Urban. Mm-hmm. I hated that movie. I really couldn't deal with that movie at all.
Seriously?
Yeah. I think we've talked about this. Yeah, I don't know. That movie did not work for me at all, and almost everybody I know loves it, and I was not one of the people that loved it. So
I haven't seen it because, again, that's not one of those media properties that I'm interested in, so I would not seek out the movie.
Yeah.
I've seen that movie maybe like 4 times.
I know. I have a bunch of friends that watch it all the time, and we're like, you gotta see it, you'll love it. And I was like, all right. And I watched it, and I was like, no, I really don't.
I mean, fair enough. That's fine. Yeah, maybe that's just it. Whereas usually, like, I don't, like, we've talked about this before, but I don't usually do superhero movies. I still haven't seen, like, Age of Ultron or...
Yeah, you can skip it.
Seriously, go to the Age of Ultron tag on Tumblr, and you'll get all of the GIFs that are the only... I mean, that's the movie. That's it.
Yeah.
That's all.
Yeah, that one in particular was... it kind of... So Age of Ultron, that's the one that had Sokovia and stuff, and that sort of set the tone for a lot of. Well,
Not worth it. You can still get it out of the gifts.
That's what I was gonna say. Is like you could look up what happened in Sokovia and skip the movie and get the
evil robot lifted the country and then dropped it from a very high height. That's it.
Yeah.
Killed a bunch of people. There you go. That's it. That's the movie.
Yeah. That face is. I don't worry about how he put some like airplane jets on it or some bullshit. That's not really important.
Built out of vibranium.
No, just stop.
He didn't mix the vibranium with the unobtainium, at least.
Okay, yeah. I was just about to say that. I was talking with someone because James Cameron decided he's doing like 6 more Avatar movies or something.
Yeah, I heard about that. Yeah.
Yeah, I like the story that apparently apocryphal perhaps, but someone said to James Cameron, he was like, well, I made one of the greatest movies of all time, Avatar, because it's made all this money, and someone was like, well, yeah, but no one actually remembers the name of any character in Avatar or anything that happened, so he was like, well, I'll fix that, I'll make 5 more of them.
There's like the blue cat girl and
right.
Cat boy.
Yeah, a guy who walks.
A guy.
Yeah, I almost watched Avatar the other day, and then Vasher was like, no, unobtainium, and I'm like, oh, you're right, I'm not watching this bullshit. Thanks for reminding me.
That was well. Yeah, I mean, as bad plot devices go, that was just.
It is very, very beautiful.
It is a pretty movie. It is a really
very,
pretty movie.
Very, very beautiful. It is an excellent thing to turn on, mute, and then play any kind of music. Any kind.
That was one of the new 3D, like, that was one of the ones that kicked off the new 3D rush, too, right?
Yeah.
Or it was, like, early in that, yeah.
Yeah. And it was actually built for 3D, so it didn't suck.
Right.
The angry cat is back.
Yeah. I'm sorry, I'm standing right next to the microphone, too.
So, hello, angry cat!
Yeah,
yes, sorry, I heard the cat, I had to point that out. Yeah, exactly. It's the Seattle International Film Festival here right now, which I think is, it's not one of the really big film festivals, but it's not bad as far as these things go. So we've been doing lots and lots and lots of indie horror movies.
Oh, so really?
Any good ones?
Yeah. Well, we're going to go see one later this week called Tag by Sion Sono, who did Suicide Club. And it's about it's about vengeful ghosts who want to kill high school girls.
So basically, totally my jam is what you're saying.
It looks spectacular.
You know how I feel about vengeful ghosts.
Oh yeah, no, but and it's very over the top in the over the top Japanese kind of way, and it's going to be real good. It's going to be real good. So I'm looking forward to that. Yeah, so that's been kind of fun. We did short horror movies, like 2 hours of them on at SIF on Friday, so it's kind of fun. Like, horror's easier to sustain over 15 minutes. I think it's a genre that really suits the short film concept because you can't do, like, 90 minutes of sustained terror because people will die. But you can do 15 minutes of sustained terror, so it suits that very well. But we watched this great one at the short horror film called, it was like El Diablo 1971. Demonoid 1971. That's what it was, Demonoid 1971, which was a takeoff on kind of the mexploitation movies of the late 60s. And there was lots of fake film grain. Kind of like that, yeah, but there was a scene where they all smoke pot and dance to groovy music in the rainforest. It was pretty fucking spectacular. So that was far and away Demonoid 1971, if you happen to catch that on Vimeo or whatever. And it's only 17 minutes long. It was excellent. It was really, really good.
I started playing a little horror game that I got at the last Steam sale called Neverending Nightmares because it looks like a hand-drawn kind of Edward Gorey style, and I only got about half an hour in before I had to stop. And that shit was intense. Wow. Very excellent. Highly recommended.
On Steam?
Admittedly, yeah, it was on Steam. It was like $2 when I got it on the sale. So if it comes up in July...
Is Outlast the one I'm not supposed to play?
Do not play Outlast.
Okay.
That is the one. Mr. Arrow and I tried to play that, and we got to a particular point, and it was maybe an hour and a half in, and we both looked at each other and went, "Well, fuck that!" Turned it off and walked away.
I would be interested to see what particular point is that where you can't escape.
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
I am not into the hide-em horror games. I need to have some agency in order to balance out the terror, or I cannot do it.
Outlast is pretty terrible. It's like the slasher exploitation genre of scary games.
In first person. Fuck that.
Yeah.
That is like a Nope Rocket to Nopetopia.
That is a Nope Rocket to Nopetopia. I agree with that. Yeah, so I think Vajra might have played a little bit of it, and we watched it in Let's Play after that, because we're like, I don't think we're going to play this. But we did watch it, and it's not worth it. I can say that.
I just don't want to accidentally stumble into it, that's all.
Don't play.
It was free on the PlayStation Store for a while.
Yeah, okay, so that's why it's in my, because it's in my, I thought that was the one. It's in my library.
Yeah, it was free on the PlayStation Store.
Yeah.
You won't like it. Don't play.
Not even close.
I did play or watch a playthrough of Soma, which was the
you
game
did
after Amnesia.
Is that the one everyone was talking about for a while, just recently, like a month ago?
I think so. It came out. Well, it came out maybe 6 months ago.
Is that the one I tried to play on Extra Life?
Yes. And that we couldn't find your medicine for like half an hour.
Yeah, yeah. The first scene is like you're in your apartment and it's like go find your medicine, and like I picked up and threw every fucking object in my apartment until I like triple backed and found it in the drawer at the beginning. Yeah.
That didn't work out. But once you get past that part,
then I had some brain surgery.
Yeah, it's actually really, really good. I would highly recommend it. It is not a straightforward, scary game like Amnesia was. It's very much more asking difficult questions about human consciousness kind of scary game.
Oh, okay. See, I'm more in for that.
And it was really good, and I thought really interesting from that perspective. Well written and thoughtful. And it has given me a couple of moments afterwards where, fridge logic, like 2 weeks later, I'm holding up the door and I'm like,
hey, yeah.
What does it all mean? So I would highly recommend that, but still like scary, like, you're definitely like abandoned ship kind of thing. But,
I mean, stressful scary is different from like, I don't know, yeah.
And it had its occasional moments of stressful scary, of course, but it was much more of a philosophical notions kind of scary.
Oh yeah, so yeah, I'm on board for that. Maybe I'll go back to it.
Definitely, it gets a lot better once you get out of your apartment.
Yeah, I was gonna say I know what fucking medicine is now. I can probably get through this game.
Awesome. Yeah, that was really good. I was watching someone play a scary game the other day in a Let's Play called Calling, which is on the Wii, and it's basically like One Missed Call, the game.
Oh my god!
And when the ghosts call you, you have to hold your Wiimote up to your ear like a phone.
That's amazing.
And then it calls you, it's like, I'm behind you.
One Missed Call is one of my very favorite movies in the whole wide world.
One Missed Call is a fantastic movie. And you know what else about One Missed Call? It is really hard to find on the internet.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
I actually purchased it on Blu-ray because I love it that much.
It's a good idea. Because I really wanted to see it a few months ago, and I actually don't think I ever did find a good version of it. So.
Oh my god, that sucks. Okay.
If you come to Seattle, lend me your Blu-ray.
So good. It is one of my very favorite movies in the whole wide world.
Yes.
There is no one who loves horror movies like Takashi Miike. No one.
It is very good. It is extremely good. That is a good movie. So this game Calling, the rest of the game was not necessarily as good, but I loved that concept of holding the Wiimote up to your ear like a cell phone while the ghost, called to you and spoke to you. That's a good idea. I heard a rumor that the PS Plus game next month is going to be Gone Home.
Okay.
And NBA 2016.
Oh boy.
Right? That's kind of how I was feeling about that. Although I still haven't played Gone Home.
Oh, you have it?
No.
No, I haven't either.
Oh, it's super good.
So I guess I own
obviously,
it.
yes, I own it. I just
Right.
I mean,
That's actually one thing I want to buy.
So that one's like one of those ones that's only a couple hours long. So
if it's on PS Plus, I will do it. It seems like a good living room kind of game. Firewatch, which I was reminded because it's of a similar kind of thing as Gone Home, I would like to pick up when it goes on sale, which looks really good. Firewatch?
I have not played Firewatch yet.
That's the horror walking simulator?
No, Firewatch is the weird psychological something or other game where you like start off in a fire tower in like a national park, and then there's like a phone and somebody talks to you, and then you walk around the forest and
the horror walking simulator.
It's not a horror game. It's just
It's a bit of a
thriller.
It's like a thought-provoking thriller-ish game. I don't know.
Yeah, I think a lot of people thought it might be kind of like an open-world action game, unfortunately, and then it's not. It's definitely much more of a linear, story-driven, thought-provoking kind of game.
Mm-hmm.
But I hear it's quite good. It's a lot of the people who worked on it also are part of the Idle Thumbs podcast, which I like. So.
Oh, that's the people who made it?
Yeah.
It's, oh my god, I know their name. I don't know.
Campo Santo.
Yeah.
Yeah, those guys.
And published by some people that like publish a bunch of like weird apps.
Yeah, so that might be on my Steam list as far as like walking simulators go.
I also heard it's pretty, and you can also do it in VR, so or partially do it in VR.
In VR era, VR. Come on, but you got it. Like, whoa now.
That's how I feel about VR.
It's a good thing this podcast is rated adult. Yeah.
And nobody saw that but you guys because I wasn't talking.
Rewind and look at the little thing at the bottom of the screen. Yeah, but I think that VR is going to be really cool for horror games, though. Because, I mean, it's scary. It's a lot scarier when it's strapped to your head.
That's the thing. It's not going to be, right? Maybe eventually. I think the problem is that nobody understands what it means to do horror in VR. I mean, nobody understands what it means to do anything in VR at the moment. So everybody.
Maybe they just need James Cameron to do it.
That's it. Avatar.
It's
like Avatar 2 through 6 can come out in the Oculus.
Yeah.
Think about it. Yeah. Yeah. I still won't watch it.
Don't. Just don't.
Just don't do it.
It's really beautiful, except for scenes with Sigourney Weaver, because the scenes with Sigourney Weaver are terrible in the Uncanny Valley.
I didn't even know she was in it.
It's not even an Uncanny Valley. It's like it's the Uncanny Grand Canyon. It's real
Wait, what are we talking about now?
Avatar.
Oh. Really?
Just the sound and the look on your face. You're like,
See, no one remembers anything about that movie.
This is why he has to make more of them.
And it's got unobtainium.
She's like on the.
She's the lead doctor.
Yeah. I'm looking it up right now because I like.
How terrifyingly Uncanny Valley.
Oh my god.
Yeah. It's really horrifying.
Wow. All right. I will look that up later.
It's freaking me out.
Okay, what did you? Okay,
Uncanny Valley.
I just looked up Sigourney Weaver Avatar.
I'm doing it right now.
That's messed up.
Oh my god. Oh no, that's so weird. No, I don't like that at all.
Oh. Uncanny Valley.
No, don't do that in VR, James Cameron. Just don't. I don't need that. You're right. That is serious.
He's working on some VR something or other.
Oh, he'd be crazy not to. And frankly, I think someone like James Cameron could I mean, for all, he's not exactly like a master writer or anything, but I think he could figure out a cool way to make use of this new technology.
Yeah, well, he's not. I mean, but his strength is in weird visual stuff, right? So like that's perfect for somebody trying to explore a new medium.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I would be interested to see what he had to say. Okay, we're gonna wrap up this episode because.
Wait, we never heard about Arrow's trip to all the. I wanted to hear about where she went and rode roller coasters.
Oh, you want to hear about my roller coasters? Okay, I will. Give me 5 minutes to talk about the big one. All right, just one. We cool? Just one?
Yeah, go,
all right.
go for it.
All right, so the reason why we went on this trip is because Cedar Point has a new coaster called Valravn, and it's a dive coaster, and I thought dive coaster meant it had no floor, which is cool. It's been a long time since I've lived in a place with decent coasters, but I've got coasters in my blood. I'm a big thrill ride kind of person. Anyway, no, what a dive coaster means is that there are brakes at the top of the lift hill, and they hang you there facing downward 90 degrees for, we counted, a random number of seconds, anywhere from 3 to 11 seconds, just enough time to think about the sun, Pippin, and then it fucking drops you. just fucking drops you. It was amazing. And
they pull you up backwards, or they like stop you at the top of the hill?
No, they stop you at the top of the hill. Like you go up the lift hill, and then it's got a turn, and at the top of the turn, it starts to slow down, and then you hang, facing downward on the turn. It's got magnetic brakes.
Right.
And then just.
Were you? Are you seated?
Yes.
Or, okay.
Yeah, you're seated, and then it goes into 11 million inversions, loops, and the best thing about it was we could have just watched this happen all day, because whenever one of the trains was ready to drop, the whole park went silent just to watch this thing. And it was the second ride we rode, and when we got back out of the line, we were watching it go again, and I looked at the friend I was with, and I was like, my God, we almost died just then. That's so great! And it actually does it twice. There's a second drop and smaller lift hill that goes into a series of spirals, and it's the best. Highly recommended. Everyone should take a trip to Sandusky and ride this coaster. So great.
So I've never been to Cedar Point. We always wanted to do a road trip and never managed to do it with my coaster enjoying friends. And we had Great America. We had Six Flags Great America in Chicago area, which was not. Yeah, I mean it's like decent, but it's not Cedar Point, right? And so like. The one that I didn't like a lot was the drop, like the seated drop thing, just the tower.
Yeah, no, that's
because that's like too.
That's the Nopovator.
Yeah, that's too agoraphobic and all that shit.
There's one of the most famous ones at Cedar Point currently that we did not ride this year is called Top Thrill Dragster, which is a literal nope rocket. You get in, it's set up like a drag race car,
right,
and then it fires you. There's no chains. There's no just. Fires you straight up and then straight back down.
Right. So there's one of those at Knott's Berry Farm or something, and yeah, those are
okay, so I'm going to talk about 3 coasters. The other one, it's been the top steel coaster in the world every year since it launched. It's called Millennium Force. It's like 320 some feet tall. It's insane.
Yeah,
it's too high.
That's the reason to go to Cedar Point.
And there's when we rode it, there was a little girl and her mom in the car in front of us, and this was a girl who obviously was just this year tall enough for the big coasters.
Oh no!
Because here's the thing about Cedar Point. Like when I first told Mr. Arrow that we were planning this trip, he's like, "Oh, we'll bring the kids. We'll make it a family thing." And no, you don't understand. There's only coasters. Even the kiddie park is mini versions of the coasters. Anyway, so this little girl was obviously very excited to finally be tall enough to ride the big girl coasters, and this little beast had her hands up the whole time, going 120 miles an hour, 350 feet in the air, hands up the entire time. She was a beast. It was amazing. Congratulations to you, little girl. That is my parenting goal.
That's terrifying.
Yeah, no, I'm not a hands-up person. I never have been. I've got something to hold on to. I am holding on to it.
It was the hanging ones. The hanging ones were the ones that made me hold on, and those are the standing ones. But
They don't really make standy ones anymore.
Oh, they don't? That's probably good because one of the first times I went on a standy one, I somehow got the seat locked like too high, so then I had to ride the whole thing like tippy toes
oh my God, I'm gonna die.
on a bicycle seat. I was like, this is terrible.
So they actually have they do have a point of view video Cedar Point posted on YouTube for all of their coasters. The one for Valravn is amazing. Highly recommended.
Oh, cool.
Super great.
Awesome. That sounds fun.
Coasters are great.
Yeah, and nobody will go on coasters with me. My brother gets like Talon doesn't like them, so I gotta find a coaster, but yeah, but you're far.
I will be your coaster buddy, Ellie.
You're so far away.
Well, it was always the same way for me. I'm the only person who likes coasters and scary rides.
Yeah.
We'll all be coaster buddies together.
Yeah. Oh, we should do a podcast from Cedar Point.
I will totally go again. I would actually spend the extra money to get the fast pass ticket, so you wait in the short line instead of the long line. Yeah, well, they charge for at Cedar Point. They charge it was like an extra $30 for that fast pass. But I would totally do that mid-season just to ride Valravn over and over and over again. It was that good.
Cool.
I think we went off season in the middle of the week. It was before schools had let out in Ohio, so we just had like physics field trips, and even then we ended up waiting an hour when we rode Valravn the first time. It was totally worth it. I would have waited twice that long. It was seriously that good.
Cool.
So there's my 2 thumbs up and frantic screaming. We rode it again in the evening and had the front row seat, which I tell you what, cool. Because they assign the seats because it's new. They don't let people line up, and there are only 3 rows. It's 3 rows, 8 seats across. And we got assigned to the front seat, and it was in the evening, and we got back off it, and my shirt was covered in bugs like I had been on the highway. That was pretty amazing. But yeah, the hanging, 90 degrees straight down, front row, ooh, so much time to think about your poor life choices.
And there are a lot.
So many.
Cool. Sounds
awesome.
like a good trip.
It's a great trip. Yeah. Let's go. Everybody, we'll all go.
Yeah.
Everybody to the roller coasters. Okay. But first, we have to deal with episode 100, which is going to happen in 2 episodes.
And 2 episodes? This 98?
Wait, we're still recording, aren't we?
Yeah.
Okay.
We are still recording. Best podcast crew ever. Wait, did we record this? What? Yeah. So episode 100 will be it's in 2 episodes. Well, an episode after this one. So we should do something.
The end of June.
Yeah. We'll do something cool that we're still working on. But it's going to happen. And you can find us on Twitter at CatContext to learn what cool things will happen in the future. Best advertising ever for Twitter. And that's it. That's it for this episode.
Okay.
I was never good at conclusions in my papers either.
No, I know. I used to
aren't you just supposed to like read the first paragraph again?
Yeah. So
in
conclusion.
In conclusion, welcome to Cat Context, episode 98.
Everyone
things to talk about for an hour. Yay! Yes, we'll be back ostensibly in 2 weeks to do episode 99, and then something cool after that.
Send us suggestions.
No, don't send us suggestions.
At HansLeor on Twitter.
That is me on Twitter. Don't send us suggestions because I'm just going to ignore them and do what I want.
Okay.
No, you guys can. You guys can send.
Fine.
No,
that's okay.
Whoa! Oh my God! You guys are welcome to send me suggestions any way you like. Everyone else can't. I'm sorry. No. But we'll be back in 2 weeks with more. I joke now that this is a show about games and bad Canadian television.
Wait, are we talking about Forever Night? We're talking about Forever Night on episode 100.
We could talk about Forever Night. We could talk about Lost Girl. There's so much bad
Canadian.
Oh my
God! I will talk for ages about Lost Girl. That show is amazing.
You need to watch Forever Night, and then we'll
You
all
do.
three have the same show.
You
Like,
do.
is it like Lost Girl good?
For given values of good, yes, it is that good.
I mean, it's Canadian television, so.
With the Welsh guy.
But Lost Girl is like, okay. Is it
I've been
like,
watching The Americans, by the way, and it's really, really
is
good.
it? Okay, that's on our short list.
Yeah, I didn't think it was good because it's called The Americans, and I'm like, I don't want to watch that bullshit.
But it's not about Americans.
It's not about Americans, no, so it's good.
I've been watching Ripper Street, which is Matthew McFadden's Soulful Eyebrows.
All right.
Wait, what was that show I was supposed to watch? I already forgot.
What?
What was the show I was supposed to watch? I already forgot.
I don't know. There are so many.
Right about Lost Girl. We were talking about Lost Girl. Like
Forever Night.
Forever Night.
It's on Netflix.
Spelled Knight.
I already made that assumption.
Okay, good. I see. So I was actually being accurate when I say that we talk about video games and Canadian television. So there you go. Yes, we'll be back in 2 weeks. Thank you for watching and/or listening, and goodbye.
Bye.
Can we clap at the end?